I guess let's start first because I was thinking about this walking up. Try to get out football because I might forget the rest of it. It was Military Appreciation Day. I want to thank a lot of our military people here today for us. Our prayers with everybody that's overseas lets us go live our dream. I get to go live my dream of coaching football here every day in the greatest country in the world. And there's a lot of people that sacrifice to afford a lot of us the opportunity to go live our dream. So I thank all our military here overseas, all the sacrifices they make for their family to let all of us live the life that we live. And our prayers are with you all everywhere in the country and the world. This game, I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of our kids. Faced a lot of adversity this year. We got a young team. They didn't flinch. To be honest with you, I thought we had our best week of practice this week, which you could look and say, the season's going. It wasn't going to go that way. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I think our guys, our coaches, our defensive staff responded, tried to get out of their hair a little bit, let them go, and they did a great job responding, putting in a great plan, making sure our kids are ready to go play, putting them in a position to make plays. They were able to do that today, and our guys, all year, it's been pretty close here and there. And all year, so there's some opportunities to make plays. We made a lot of plays there today. Guys didn't quit. They believed on themselves, continuing battling. Offense, I thought we did a great job. Even the offensive coaches putting the plan together for us to be able to run the ball the way we did. Brian Johnson, I think he basically called half the game at least, calling the plays for us from the box. Did an awesome job of calling plays for us today from upstairs. Couldn't be prouder. Our coaches, our players. And these fans that continued, came out and support us. A lot of people are doubting, questioning us. 3 times we've lost a game on the last play of the game this year. And, a lot of people may be doubting and questioning all of them. And a lot of people, can be pointing fingers. Fans did a great job today showing up, supporting this team, believing in this team. That's how we built this program. This program was built, just told everybody. Fans all show up, create an unbelievable game day atmosphere. They're going to be rewarded with a great football team. They continue to do that, they're going to continue to be rewarded with a great football team. It doesn't go the opposite way. You don't win and then show up. You show up and then we'll win. They did a great job motivating our players out there on the field. The other one, I think, is you'll always see us play with relentless effort. That's all. That to me is the biggest thing. All I kept stressing. Guys, just play as hard as you can. Believe in yourself. Believe in each other that you can go make those plays. You're good enough to make those plays. And play as hard as you can. And then don't be shocked on Saturday with the result. And I think kind of we played that way. I think we played that nobody was shocked with the result today.
Questions?
What did you see in the scouting that made you be able to run the ball successfully against them, particularly with the matchups?
Well, I was worried a little bit, But I think part of us was we coming into the game, we knew, number one, we had to be able to run the football. They have such skill and pass rush ability off the edge, some great corners outside. We didn't want this to be a pass game shootout. And we ran it. I think, like I said, even from the box, the coaches, John Hevesy and Greg Knox had those guys ready to go play up front, ready to go play physical. Eric's running the ball physical. All our backs running the ball hard, running the ball physical between the tackles. Getting ready because that was going to be a huge part of it. And then, like I said, Brian upstairs, I thought, did a great job keeping the rhythm going, we got great communication. Guys have been together for a while, keeping me in check of what we're doing and what's working and stay on this path.
It was quite the celebration lap. Where does this win rank for you and your tenure here?
It was a great win for us. I don't know. For me, I'll be honest, it's a great win. I'm gonna enjoy it tonight now. A big old celebration at the Mullen household tonight. But it means a lot for me for these kids. As I've said, I've been through it for our kids, some of the heartache. You go in after the 3rd time in the season into a locker room with kids that really try to give you what they have, and to lose on it and have it taken away on the final play of the game. You're almost out of things to say. But for them to continue to work, to continue to believe, to continue to fight, I couldn't be prouder of the kids, our players. And they're not kids; they're men of what they were able to. How they, if they were kids, they grew up to be men, and how they've been able to handle the adversity this year.
Coach, Jenkins and Rankin there on the left side together late. Seemed like they had pretty good continuity there. What were you seeing there?
Well, I mean, the issue you got guys banged up. You got Daryl's banged up. Michael Story's banged up. Deion Calhoun's banged up, and Elton's banged up. So you're kind of, honestly, you're just trying to get to the end of the game. You're trying to like put some pieces in and saying, okay, this guy, if he can play this much, until he kind of wears down a little bit and gets sore. We try to rest guys to get them back, and so I think the plan was is play Deion Calhoun until and he was still sore and banged up. When he started hurting a little bit, we got him out and went to Elton inside a guard for the first time this year, and Elton's still banged up, and you're almost on a play count for these guys.
You talked earlier about getting the guys to feel relaxed and confident. How important in that regard was getting the stop and then Nick first play breaks a 7-4?
That doesn't hurt. Like I said, I mean, there's plays there to be made. But I think, I do think for our guys, in what's gone on this year sometimes, like, sometimes, what could happen? I think today might have gotten these young guys, some of them over the hump of, there is no uh-oh. Just go play as hard as you can the next play, and when you do that, great things will happen for you.
At the end of the third quarter, the defense was waving up and down, four fingers in the air. It seemed like they had that confidence, kind of like you mentioned. What changed the confidence of the team overall entering that fourth quarter? Maybe weeks past where it was like you said, looking around, someone else make a play.
I just think we were making plays. I think, I think guys, there's like I said, there's a lot of young guys out there playing for us. And early in the game, we started making plays. We tackled well. And I think when that happens, everybody starts to realize we can do this. I've known they could do it all along. They just some things have happened to us maybe this year. Whether it's a ball being tipped this way or something happening, or just some uncrazy bounces and other things that happen during the year. That sometimes they could doubt. And I told them, you just trust, believe in yourself, believe in each other, and expect to go make those plays. And they did. I think, I got with Peter, watched, or even our Thursday practice, I thought was hands down the best Thursday practice we had. I go through trying to look for errors, mistakes, and things. And I probably have more good plays I was complimenting everybody on than bad plays, which that doesn't usually, usually there's not even a good play, but I guess I was trying to be, Mr. Positive this week. So for the guys, and I think it worked out. They played with that confidence.
You guys dominated in the first half, and then Christian Kirk had the long punt return.
Yeah. What
was your message to the team after that momentum for them?
Well, we were getting the ball to start the second half. They're number 4 team in America. We knew they were a big-time football team with a lot of great players. And you know what? We made a lot of plays in that first half. We got to have to make a lot more in the second half if we want to win this game. And, we didn't show up to play 30 minutes football. We came here, we had to play 60 minutes, play hard against it. As you can see, again, him, Christian, they have guys on their team that anytime they touch the ball can score. And I think, talking to Peter and putting that plan together was to try to make them earn their scores. And I think all day defensively, we for the most part, we made them try to earn their scores.
Harris Williams seemed to get better as the game went on. What did you see from him as that game kind of progressed?
Well, like I said, he's growing up. He's a guy that you're seeing understand the offense more. I'm seeing him make better reads in the run game, understanding the pass game and the protections. I think a lot of times people, especially some younger players, are going to sit there and think, just give me the ball and watch what I can do. And, they got guys on the other side that if you want to go freelance and do your own thing, they're just going to tackle you for no gain. You got to understand how to read, the blocking schemes, what we're trying to do. You better know protection, and you got to be able to catch the ball coming out of the backfield. I've seen Harris continually improve on that. And we're trying to be a physical, run the ball physically against them because, again, with the edge players they have, you didn't want to get in that passing game, and he was really running that ball hard today.
How much was a boost was it to get some of those injured guys back on the field today? And you have an update on Logan?
We're going to see on Logan. He tweaked his knee. They weren't sure. Maybe they said maybe get back in. We'd feel good about putting him in the hole. Then I think they decided no. They weren't sure because it was his kicking leg that he's going to get back in. So we'll get an update on him moving forward. What was the rest of it? Oh, getting the injured guys back. I mean, it's always huge, because you're looking at getting a Brandon Holloway back. There's, he didn't put up big numbers, but he had a couple nice runs for us, and and he is a weapon. You got to pay attention to him because he's a guy that can hit the big play. Getting Kevon back on the back end is huge. If one thing to take the rep count down, we've had to play, like I said, our safeties last week had to play like both of them. Mark and Brandon played almost 100 snaps in the game. And you wonder how. That's hard, and you're asking guys to keep doing that. So it got us a little bit more depth, gives us confidence, and a guy like Kevon that's a veteran player helping making calls on the back end and having everybody a little more confident. Having AJ back. I don't know if he put up big numbers today, but just having him out there makes a little bit of a difference on the field. So with how he's fit and how they have to block him and account for him. So I thought Richie, just off the hoof, I think Richie Brown played his best game of the year. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. We'll watch the film, but that gut feeling, he was around the ball, making plays and making tackles. It was just a great day.
You mentioned Brian's involvement in the play calling and stuff. Was that something different today? Did he have more involvement than usual, and what led to that?
I just think he's, I was going to get him, at one point I was about to just tell him, you just call the game. Basically, I was thinking about it 2 weeks ago, just because, with some young players, I'll just manage the sidelines for him, let him call more plays, and I'll put input instead of vice versa. His wife had a brand new baby, and I didn't want to. I figured I had a lot of pressure on him right there, and I could handle the play callings against Sanford in that game. And but I just think we know. He's with the quarterbacks. He's with the quarterbacks all the time. He calls a lot of plays anyway, and a lot of times we're on the same page. And you can see he was making some good calls. He called the long touchdown pass to Fred and called some other plays. And when a guy's kind of gets, as a coach, and I know as a play caller, you get into a rhythm. Even Peter today, what do you think they're going to, asking me for some input at times. What about this situation, that? I'm like, hey, you're calling a good game. Just, trust, don't veer off the path. You trust in what you're doing. And I think Brian was doing the same, so just kind of let him go with the rhythm he was calling the plays in.
Kind of jumping off of that, you said you got on the defensive hair room, so the defensive meeting room, yeah.
I guess I'll stay out again this week.
Yeah, what was different? How different is that than, I guess, your normal routine?
I told guys in the locker room, I told them all I wanted to see at practice was getting back to some fundamentals, because, we didn't tackle very well last week. I want to see us in individual tackling. I want to see us pursuit drill, running the ball. I want to see us getting back to some real base fundamental things on the defense side of the ball practice, and I think the coaches did a good job getting back to that on the defense side of the ball. I told some of our guys, I saw, B-backs here, Preston Smith's here, Tevez. I don't know, DBs told me Tevez, there's some young players looking for leadership, and, Tevez got moved and showed back up on the sidelines today. And, some of those guys, I think there's a standard of what we expect defensively around here. And I think maybe even some of those guys just standing on the sidelines, and you look over and you see some of those guys that have set that standard in that bar. You better go live up to that bar. And, so it's just great. One thing I love is there has been that standard set in this program. Mark Millicar and Derek Sherrod came out and talked to the team on Tuesday after practice. Preston Smith was out of practice on Thursday. Guys, former players, that have put so much to help build this program to where it is. Just making sure those guys know there's two things. One, they have 100% support of those former players. They believe in everything in this program. Okay? And two, there's a standard that they expect that those players live up to. No matter if you play one play or 80 plays, whether you're on the punt team or you're a first-team All-American, whether you're a first-round draft pick or a free agent or you never get an opportunity to go to the NFL. There's a standard of effort in which we play in this program. And I saw our guys, I thought, played with that effort today.
You've talked a lot this year about making sure the guys enjoy winning and putting a smile on their face. I'm guessing that wasn't a problem after today's game.
I got a big smile on my face today.
What was their mood like? Just
In the locker room? Oh, that's like a wild scene. It was pretty wild. Now, that was wild last week. I think young guys learned last week. I would say last week's game, and today mocked it, was up there. I mean, crazy one. It was up there as one of the top 5 locker rooms. I mean, believe it or not, after last week's game, and we made sure of it. It was one of the wildest locker room things. I don't quite know that it was the Florida one from however many years ago. That was pretty wild, because I think that first time everybody in the program actually really believed. But I tell you what, I mean, it was wild. It was even crazier in there today. I mean, they're young guys that are getting it. That, you know what? It's really hard to win football games. It's really hard to win football games. But you know what? To give yourself that opportunity, you better play as hard as you can. You got to prepare the right way. You got to be all in every single snap of that game for 4 quarters. You got to be all in every second of your preparation during the week, and you got to strain with unbelievable effort the entire game. And if you do that, you really need to enjoy the rewards and that feeling of winning a game.
I think Weston Graves has missed 4 of his last 5 field goals. What have you kind of seen from him, and you anticipate a change moving forward?
You know what's really tough? I haven't missed much in practice. I mean, he hits it right through in practice. His misses aren't bad misses, you know what I mean? It's not like the ball's, he's hitting when he hits the ball, it's just, you know, it's like a sidewinder or a curved ball or a knuckleball coming out to the side. He hits the ball well. I mean, I haven't been close. PATs have been, you know, I mean, even that kick, I mean, a great looking kick. So I was thinking about making a change. There, I got the other guy ready, just, you know, because it's not a physical issue. It's a little bit mental. So even before he hit that last extra point, I just said, hey, we're going to stick with you. Go in there. I'll let him tell you the rest of what I told him if he misses it, what I was going to do to him. Or I was thinking about doing it before he went on the field, maybe to wake him up. All right? It'd be like a kick to an interesting location on his body, and not in the rear end. It's just tough, you know? I mean, it's one of those positions where you get mental. Like I said, if it was something where he was not hitting the ball well, then you have to make a change. He's hitting the ball well. We just gotta keep battling through it. I mean, he and I met this week. We just gotta battle through it, you know, and have him get confident. I mean, if y'all come out and watch him warm up, watch him practice. You know, one of the big pressure things I always do to the field goal team, you see in our pregame warm-up, right, the whole team runs off the field, and the kicker stands by himself with fans there, like everyone watching pregame warm-up, right down the middle. So you gotta battle through it, because I think he knows it. It's the same deal. Everyone, all the guys on the sideline see the same thing. You know, it's kind of like a head scratcher that they believe in him because they watch what he does every day. So.
And you talk about the players trying to stay positive. How do you stay positive this year, just based on the way things are going?
It's been a challenge for me because, you know, I'll be honest with you. I know there's probably 100,000 Mississippi State fans out there that completely disagree with this statement, but there's nobody that holds himself more accountable to this program than me. There's nobody that wants to win more than me. Nobody wants to put the work in and the effort more than me that's out there. And, you know, and want to see a program. I love being the head coach here. You know what? I love what we've been able to build. I love our players here. I love everything about the school. Living here in Starkville and the community and the crowds and the people and the guys that coached and the former players. And nobody wants to see us win more than me. And, you know, so as frustrated as probably people get, trust me, I'm more frustrated. I'm trying to find a way to keep winning football games. And, You know, I've had to check myself and remind myself, we've got some young players. It is challenging. You can get frustrated. You can do all different things, but just every day, just stay and think, okay, don't worry about the last game. Don't worry about the last play. You know, can't think about the night. How can we find a way to get our kids to play better? How can we find a way to get them to play harder, to put them in a better position to make plays, and to continue to improve as a football team as the year goes on? And honestly, you got to sit down sometimes and take a deep breath and remind yourself of that mission and making sure we're doing it.
Coach has time for a couple more. We got players outside.
Coach Mark McLaurin continues to be near the football and make plays that impact the football game. Is this something that you kind of expected to see from him?
Well, it is, but he's a young player. He's a true sophomore. He got forced into action last year because of injuries on the team, and and I think with those guys, I think he's a player that I think has instincts and knows what he's doing. But you're also now seeing a player that is starting to understand what's going on. It probably doesn't sound right, but what's going on the field, not just with what he's doing, but okay, hey, here's the formation. I know this guy's on the ball, this guy's off the ball. They're in this situation. These are the 4 plays they run. I read the route. I'm getting myself in a position to go make the play. That comes with some experience, and the more you play, the more reps you get, the more comfortable you're going to be making plays. And again, you're starting to see guys make more and more plays during the course of the game, especially the younger players.
Last question.
Back-to-back big performances by Nick Fitzgerald. What do you think that does for his confidence going forward?
Does pretty good, I think. He's making mistakes. We threw 2 interceptions in the end zone, which at three times in the red zone we came away with no points. But I wish just in life, what a heck of a deal it'd be. I don't care if you're a parent, a coach, a teacher, that you can explain something. Hey, if someone makes how to prevent people from making mistakes sometimes. Hey, you can just say it, and they're not going to make that mistake. The best way to learn from your mistakes is to physically make a mistake in any part of your life and then go correct it. And I think one of the things he's really starting to get on is when he's making a mistake, instead of getting frustrated, instead of getting bothered, instead of getting annoyed, I understand the mistake that I made. I'm going to look for that and try not to make that mistake again. And there's so much to play in the quarterback position. There's so much to it that I'm seeing him getting more comfortable. And even when he makes a mistake, I think he'll come off and he'll tell you, I got you. The best thing you have as a coach is someone that tells you, they're telling you what mistakes they made on the field instead of the other way around, because they're getting it, they're seeing it, and they're understanding what we're trying to do.
Thank you.